Welcome to some beginner survival tips that have helped me survive Project Zomboid in the early days. The first one is if you're having trouble finding a can opener and you need some food. There's a couple others and I can't remember them, but I have these on me. The sardines and the corned beef, you don't need a can opener. You can open it without. See, I don't have a can opener. And you can eat these just fine. Delicious. When you're killing zombies, try to keep them off the roads, so that way later when you actually get a car running, you're not damaging your tires and risking popping your tires. Gotta save them tires, man. Gotta save them tires. And my success, this is probably one of my longer runs I've ever done. I'm still pretty new to Zomboid. Starting in Riverside has probably been the most success I've ever had in the game. It's just easier to digest city. The stuff is pretty accessible. The zombies aren't all over the place. It's just, I think it's a better place to start. Rosewood is good too, but I highly recommend starting in Riverside. Another really good tip if you're new and that will help you survive a ton is pay attention to what the zombies have on them. They are often a very, very, very good resource for loot themselves. I've got one right here that has a duffel bag in it. I don't need it for myself, but I do like to have bags laying around the house just to help organize. And they're a little less, they take up less space than the crates and stuff. So also, this is a new tip that I learned for myself. A lot of people want to rush to have the most armor and stuff, but if you put boots on, you actually lose, I think is about 10% run speed. Yeah, so the run speed for sneakers is 1.1, and I've got these rock and rain boots, and it's actually 0.9, so it's actually more. So yeah, if you're new and you're having trouble, getting away from zombies, keep your sneakers on for a little bit longer. Some people actually prefer not to wear boots. You don't get attacked in the feet that often. If you're desperate for a water container and you're just having a rough time finding them, be sure you check your garbage cans. Sometimes they have an empty bottle in them and you can just fill those up. Easy peasy. If you're having trouble finding a specific skill book, or most importantly, the how to use generators book, be sure you're checking your mailboxes. I can't tell you how many times I've missed checking out these bad boys over here. I've actually found several how to use generator books in them. So be sure they're an underrated source of magazines and books. So be sure you're checking those. Also, when you're building your character, if you're new to Zomboid and you're getting killed by zombies almost every time you fight them, don't worry about taking perks. Just take a vanilla character with nothing, no negatives, nothing. Like, you just get the hang of fighting zombies. Just fight all the zombies you can. For your first, I don't know, little bit. I did it for like 50 hours before I got the hang of fighting zombies anytime they came up. So take that for what you will. Just take your pants off. Just take them off. But in all seriousness, take your pants off when you're playing, because the only zombies that can attack your legs are crawlers. So just be very careful when you're fighting crawlers, and you won't have to worry about your character constantly overheating. Just take your pants off. Let it fly. As long as it's summer, at least. In the winter, put your pants on, okay? If you happen to actually get a car running, don't run over zombies with the front. If you're desperate and need to clear out zombies with a vehicle, use the rear. Back over them, spin around in a circle, in reverse. It's the best thing to do. It's harder to fix an engine and easier to fix a trunk. Believe me, I've ruined a lot of cars. Also, when it comes to character creation, and if you don't really understand how some of the skills work, it can be kind of confusing. The one in particular that I'm talking about is the nimble skill. The nimble skill is how fast you move when you're in your combat stance. It's very important to get this leveled up, and if you're getting the hang of Zomboid and you're starting to take negative perks and figure out how to build a character, I highly recommend getting like gymnast, and I believe there's another one that gives you some nimble. You'll notice that your combat will be way easier. Also, something you need to be aware of that I constantly forget, I don't know why, when there's a storm, it shifts the zombies around. Even if you have respawn turned off, like I haven't had a zombie around here in about a week, and this guy just came waltzing out to my front door. So just keep in mind that the dead shuffle when there's a storm. Should you be having a good run and you're not really sure how to keep fuel, you got to get, for when the power runs out, you got to get a generator at the gas station and at your base. So that way your base is powered and the gas station is powered. And boom, unlimited dinosaur juice. Another thing that I've started doing that's helped me survive quite a bit is not speeding up certain tasks, like siphoning and filling up gas, because you can't really look around while time is speeding up, and you're kind of left weird because you're holding a gas can and not your weapon. So just a small one. Be careful speeding up time with some events. Also, when you're trying to pick a vehicle to use for a little bit or to replace your current one, a very important thing you need to look at is right here. You click on the engine. These two values are out of 100. Okay, so the higher the number in loudness, the louder the engine, and the higher the quality, the better. And it'll start more frequently, so you're not constantly trying to, you guys know. No, I will not do that noise again. You're just gonna have to replay it. Go into your options right here, and there's a couple of settings in here that will help a ton. A lot of people don't turn this one on for immersion reasons, but I like to have it on. Change your aim outline to any weapon, and it will highlight the zombies green. So that way you know when you're in range to attack them. There's still typical Project Zomboid jank you gotta account for, but you know, it helps a lot. The other setting I would turn on is this one right here. If you're playing single player, resume normal speed when timed actions are complete. So you can speed up time and it will automatically return to normal speed time when the action's done. And then the third menu setting that I would turn on is automatically drink water when thirsty. It just saves you from tediously having to go in and drink water. Some people leave it checked off for immersion reasons. They actually want to go in and drink the water themselves. So, you know, if you're an immersion person, you leave that one unchecked, but I like to have it on. Saves me some clicks. You find an annotated map and you need to read it sooner rather than later, because if you've already discovered the area where the annotated map takes place, it won't spawn whatever is on the map. But where I haven't discovered this, now this is spawned in when I go there. So be sure you read those as soon as you get them. And there you have it, 18 tips in over just 8 minutes. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. If there's more tips that you want to share, drop them down below. All right, I'm new. This is for new people. So if you're one of the big veterans, you probably didn't get much out of this. But thanks for being here anyways. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye.